I'm very certain you have heard the adage or the saying, attention is currency, or where attention goes, energy flows. And people use that to actually buttress the power of attention. Everything is vying for your attention. If they can get your attention on a movie, then you watch the movie, equals more dollars for them. If the news can get your attention, then that attention means more watch time, more people watching equals advert dollars, and advert dollars equals money. Same with social media. All of us that are trying to put out a video, they're vying for attention, but some of us are putting out value. So when we vie for attention, is like at the end of the day, if you watch my video, you're going to get a value, and we're also going to be paid somehow, somewhere. So it's all the same thing. Attention is power. People think, oh, it's going to do that thing, going to, no, your attention is needed. Even on your job, your attention is needed. If you happen to have a downtime, you're not going to focus on that job. You're going to do something else. That is why they put the meetings after meetings to make sure your 8 hours is fully focused on the job. Your attention is being vied for. So today I want to buttress a point, or I want to actually look into how your lack of prioritization and your lack of focus may be sabotaging your next level. Let's get into it. So, a lot of us, when we're moving or shifting into a new identity, say you have it in your heart to do something, maybe that corporate job is not hitting anymore, maybe that thing you're doing is not working out anymore, maybe that relationship is not working, something is letting us know that we need to shift to a new place. We need to do something differently. And once you listen to that call and start to act, what happens is that you have all these things that are vying for your attention. You are like, okay, if I leave this, what am I going to do now? You have all the things that you have to do. You have friends pulling on you. You have family pulling on you. If you're trying to start a business, you have a lot of business ideologies and all that. All that is all vying for your attention. But if you do not prioritize and focus, you are going to leak your attention everywhere. And so your energy is also being leaked everywhere. Energy can't focus on the thing that is required to bring you into that next level. Imagine having, let's say, energy equals 10, and you have 10 things. Each one is getting, maybe some will be getting 2 3, some might be getting zero point 0.1, some might be getting 0.0003 or something, 0.0009, or let's just assume 0.0009. If you're giving out this attention to all these things, you're not prioritizing, you're not focusing, nothing is going to come in, like nothing is going to materialize. And that materialization is needed to build your faith and your trust. Because let's be honest, if we say, oh, we move by faith, sometimes seeing progress, seeing a certain inflow or response to the work we have been putting out is going to allow us to keep going. When people say, oh, keep going, it's not easy. I say that, but I also caution myself when I say that, because I remember when I was going through my own process, even now I'm in my own process. When people say keep going, I'm like, I am. I'm trying my best. I'm doing all that it takes for me to ensure that I am giving focus and prioritization to what I'm doing. However, if I am not seeing any return, if I'm not seeing that this response from a video I posted, this, even if it's one person, like when I post my YouTube videos, actually, one person saying thank you is enough, because I'm like, that means it made sense to one person. But imagine posting a video and there is nothing. There is not even bad feedback. There is nothing, just silence. Then you begin to worry that, are you actually doing the right thing? Are you on the right path? So sometimes we need that confirmation to know, okay, we are on the right path. The thing that we are trying to do, the value we're trying to provide, somebody gets it. So it's easy for somebody to tell you, keep going, the cliche thing is okay, God is going to do it, all those other things. But that is just saying you need to take a look at your life and understand what is truly happening. Is it the fact that maybe I'm not giving priority to the thing for it to show some kind of response and results? I will give you an example. I had been posting on TikTok and Instagram for a long time. So I got used to short form content and it worked. I got the response. People loved the messages, the videos. I get even messages from people telling me how it really resonated with them. So that means I got my feedback, I got my response, and that enabled me to keep going. I posted every single day, maybe except some Sundays, because I always tell God, God, Sunday is my rest day. But if messages come, I put it out. But what I'm trying to say is the moment I was like, I'm going to do long form content, I had to prioritize. And that meant not posting every day on TikTok so that I can build my content out. I can focus on this. I can give this the love that it needs. So I shifted my priority. But what a lot of us would have done, which is okay too, is they will put their energy on the TikTok, on the Instagram, and also trying to put their energy on the long form content. But for me, I knew that I needed to pay attention. I needed to understand this landscape because it was all new to me. And so I put my energy, my attention on that. And it started building some returns back to me. And I knew, okay, I'm in the right direction. Keep going. So, what I'm saying to you today is you might be in a situation where you are trying to level up. You know that the life you're living right now is not it. But you keep on giving attention to the same things that you have been giving in the past. How then are you going to level up? You need to build a priority wheel. I call that. That's the thing I made up for myself because that's what I did. You need to have a priority wheel and decide in this priority wheel, you need to represent yourself as a person because you might need to work out, take care of yourself, skincare, meditation, things that pour back into you. Then you decide, what next am I going to give much more attention than, whatever you have going on in your life right now. You put that next thing. Maybe that next thing is creating my business, starting my business, building upon my business. You put the next thing. So you're going to create what they call that, a pie chart, and you're going to give sections to what you are going to prioritize in your life. First one is you. You have to always point you because if you're empty, you can't do any other thing. So first one is you. The second one, you decide what's the next thing. For people with children, family, you have to put there, how much time am I going to be giving my children? Yes, you have to do that. And I know that somebody is going to be like, oh, that's not, it's so easier than said. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to help you know when to step back, know when to ask your partner for help, know when to even seek help. Because if you're doing everything by yourself, your energy is scattered, your attention is going so many places. So, this pie chart is what you're going to look at. Friends, hangouts, you have to give time to everything. For me, the moment I decided to take building out my business seriously, friends had to be the last priority in my life. I'm sorry, but they will understand. I couldn't attend events, I couldn't go anywhere. I will call you I will text you, I will say hello, but that is how much I can give. And I made myself clear. I explained that if they cannot respect my boundaries, then they are not part of my journey, because my journey is calling me to focus my attention and prioritize what is going to get me to my next level. It is very important you do this, because a lot of people will keep giving that same attention. Even your relationship, I'm telling you, how much time are you in that relationship? Yes, you're under your boyfriend, you're under your husband, you're under your whatever, that person that you're giving so much attention to. Reduce the attention. I'm not saying take it out completely. Reduce the attention and prioritize what is going to get you to your next level. Because a lot of us are now going to get overwhelmed and we drop the ball. We're like, oh, it's so tiring. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's just everything is vying for my attention. No, that is because you have not prioritized. You have not told the people in your life, I'm sorry, but my attention is shifting to something else. And there is nothing bad. There are seasons like that in our life. Even your spouse, you have to let them know, I'm shifting my attention to so, 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 and so. And so this might mean that whatever it is for you, we reduce communication or we communicate, but hey, I'm going to need 2 hours of my time when I come back from work for me. Whatever it is, you have to communicate that. But you have to, I'll say this with grace, you have to be selfish. And I know people actually look at the word of selfish as bad. No, you have to choose you. You matter. Everybody will pull on your energy if you are available. They are energy vampires that want to take your attention. They are vying for attention. That friend that has no boundaries on when they call, calling you 11 p.m. Things like that. Put boundaries in place. If you are going to get to your next level, you have to do the work of saying what needs to go. What needs to be reduced? What should not get my attention this period? What should get little of my attention? And yes, life will life. Life happens. If life happens, pivot. But don't stay there. When things get back together, make sure you put priority on the things that matter. Because a lot of women, and I'm talking to women right now because that's majority of my clients are women, really maybe one or two men, which I love. I love women because we get ourselves. But when they come, they're like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. I don't know, I'm trying to change my life. I'm doing all these things. I'm like, no, you have to focus on something. If you want to build confidence, focus on building confidence. Do give time to other things, but make sure that you consume materials that help teach you about building your confidence and you practice it, you put it into practice, because you're teaching your brain, you're teaching you to trust yourself, to trust that you are going to follow through. What I'm saying in essence here is that sometimes we sabotage ourselves because we think that we just have to continue status quo and add the next thing that we're trying to be, or the next part that is calling us, just add it on top of what we already have. It's not going to work. Attention that is scattered gets you little or no results, but focused attention is going to get you your best bets, is going to yield result faster, because what? Where attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, things begin to happen. I always talk about spirituality here, if you follow me, because why I say so is things are spiritual before things are physical. Anything that is going to materialize in the physical has to start energetically in the spiritual realm. And so, if you're pouring your energy towards something, you're building momentum. Momentum starts building for the manifestation to come into the physical. And that is where you get some of those validations, some of those you're on the right path, that feedback loop back to you saying, keep going. It's not just words, keep going. You're actually seeing things happen in the physical that is going to continuously put you in that direction, put more energy on that thing to bring you what you have always wanted. And what you want is your next level. Your next version is here. The identity shift you're going through is here. It's not far off. It is in the work you're going to do to pull in that identity to the physical. Because the moment you said, I'm not going to be this person, I'm tired of this life I'm living and I want something new, you are moving towards an identity shift. And that's something new. You have to embody that identity. And the embodying is the work that you're going to start doing. So I hope somebody catches this nuggets. I hope somebody looks at their life. You do the prioritization wheel. Go draw your pie chart and make sure you give time to the things that is actually vying for your attention today. And some might need to go. Because when people say things need to go, things need to drop, people ask me what needs to drop. I say, you know those things that is not in alignment with your next level, they need to go. And sometimes that when you do that prioritization wheel, that pie chart and giving allocation, focus or prioritization to the things in your life, it's clear on what needs to go. I hope somebody gets this. Again, all I do is with so much love, with so much passion. So if I speak and you're like, she's like going in on us. No, not really. I'm not. I'm telling you the truth because it worked for me. And maybe this will help you get unstuck. Maybe this will actually help you put focus on something and release self sabotage today. I'm Tracy, and I talk about everything identity shifting, understanding your self concept, the journey of moving to another level. What does it entail? We talk about it here. So if this is your jam, please come back next time. And hey, I do have an identity reset workbook. So please check that out. And I do lives on Friday, TikTok and Instagram. If you can find me, come join. We talk deeper on these things. And also, I want to say, expect a workshop coming soon. I really want to pour into people that are ready because, hey, this journey is not easy. A lot of people give up. A lot of people give up, but that would not be your story. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.